Alright, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. We are in Crow's Perch, which is the town where the Bloody Baron has his castle. He has brokered a deal with us where he will tell us what he knows about Ciri's whereabouts if we help him find his wife and daughter who have gone missing. In our investigation of the castle to see if we had any leads to see if we could find where the wife and daughter have gone, he pointed us in the direction of a Pellar nearby we found a medallion and then asked him if there was any witches, wizards, warlocks, wise men, clever women, things like that have arrived recently, and he pointed us in the direction of a Pellar. So we are going to go see if we can find the Pellar and the Pellar's hut and see if we can see where this lead takes us. Let's go. That didn't sound healthy at all. We just took a slight detour to kill a cockatrice, which had been terrorizing the people of this town. Actually, I should check to see, because it always chooses your most recent trophy as the active trophy on Roach. What does Cockatrice trophy gives 10% chance to dismember. I think I prefer the Wyvern trophy, which gives 5% bonus experience from monsters. There we go.
Come on, Roach.
Got their asses whipped like a Novigrad whore.
You surprised? I tried to dance with Witcher.
Well, don't stand in the middle of the road then.
And whosoever finds the Baron's daughter will not go.
I'm working on it.
We'll get the old bugger. Get out of my sight.
Strays wandered our way.
Sod off, freak. What do you want?
Want to talk to the Pellar.
Too late. We've got dibs on a chat with him. A long one.
What do you want from him?
To give him what he deserves.
And that is?
He done conjured auguries. Said something evil had made its nest in Edric's bowels. Told Edric to eat rowan berries, lots of them.
Ever since Edric's lived in the outhouse. And he's got hardened pustules all over him.
Well, I could use the Axie sign. Or I could offer to heal Edric. I kind of get the feeling I'll get more out of offering to heal Edric.
Just so happens I need the Pellar alive. So if you agree to leave him alone, for good, I'm willing to tell you how to help Edric.
Who the hell do you think you are?
A Witcher.
A Witcher? Hear that, boys? Either Velen's got a bumper crop of witches, or this is the bastard who cut down our boys at the crossroads.
Yeah, should have used Axie.
Fucking blows!
Cedric's friends all worked up.
Should have used Axie. Oh, he was carrying flowers. How nice. Alright, let's talk to the Pellar. And how exactly do we do that? Door. Oh, I knock. Haha.
Hey, anybody home? Open up, it's safe now.
Devils, who do they bring? What seek ye?
I need your help.
Oh, a man, nay, a wolf, grey, though not old. 'Tis he the Pellar awaits.
You were expecting me.
Aye, as the bones declared I should. They shall come whose stench is rape and death, but the wolf shall disperse them, the white wolf. And thus he comes. Omens never lie.
Recognize this? Made of spruce wood, strong smell of juniper, designed to protect someone.
Freshly cut spruce sprinkled with goat's blood, then tempered with an incense of earth, smoke and juniper. For Anna, to protect her.
You make the amulet?
Aye, sure 'twas the Pellar. After the way of his forefathers, over still water in the light of a full moon. Proper as amulets go. It protected well. Should never have taken it off.
So, designed to protect her. From what?
Oh, the dear. Besieged she was, evil all around, wanted to possess her. Old magic, born of oblivion, from dark sources emerged.
Old magic? Can you be more specific?
'Tis not for mouth speech, nor for the touch. A small protective charm, not a thing more a Pellar could do.
That's wonderfully unhelpful.
Anna and her daughter are missing. Know where they are?
Nay, no, nay. Pellar don't know. But the spirits could know. The Pellar will augur, the spirits ask.
Spirits. Great. Fine with me. Long as I know where to look, where to find them.
Lost, must be found. Princess! None better than Princess for finding things.
Princess? Which princess?
Princess, my goat! She's fled.
Those men must have scared her off. Can we get back to the auguring?
Without the goat, impossible. No goat, won't work.
Well, I could refuse to chase down some goat, but something tells me I should do it. Because it's not going to work if I don't.
Will you help me if I bring the goat back?
Princess, princess! Where have you got to, girl?
Fine. I'll get your goat.
The bell! The little bell's ringing. She loves it. Ring, ring, and she will follow. But for a while. But beware of wild strawberries. Raspberries, too.
Yeah, treacherous as beasts go. I always keep an eye out for them.
Strawberries and raspberries. You have a new quest item. Prepare it for use by placing it in an appropriate slot in the inventory panel, then selecting it from the quick access menu. Alright, well... that's going to replace my magical lamp. Oh, it's already there. Quest updated. Family matters. And the currently active quest is a princess in distress. Find the Pellar's goat using the bell and your Witcher senses. So I'm just going to quickly read the update on Family Matters. Alright, so I did read the updated description of Family Matters. However, it contained some spoilers upcoming in the quest, so I have decided not to include it as part of the episode.
This way, I think.
Alright, well, let's follow the tracks and see where they go. Sometimes the Witcher senses, especially when following tracks, are very unreliable, and it is annoying. Well, I hear a goat. What's betting that that sound over there is it? Or it could be that one. Well, the tracks lead over here, so sure.
There you are. Here, goat. Here, princess. Hoofed and horned. Should have known it would be stubborn.
Haha. Use the bell and lead the goat to the Pellar.
Come on, let's go see the Pellar. Should have guessed as much. What's a witcher compared to a patch of wild strawberries? Come on, take you back to the Pellar. Misses you something awful. Do I really have to keep ringing this bell for you to follow? Come on, damn it. Where the hell'd you go?
Bear! Bear! Run, you stupid piece of shit!
Haha, that's kind of hilarious.
Stench.
And my armor's gone and broken. Alright, so can I repair my armor? Yeah, I can. Alright.
Do I really have to keep ringing this bell for you to follow?
I think, Geralt, I think you already know your answer.
You're no roach, but I bet we could be friends in time. You've got that all-important quality every roach has to have. You don't talk much.
Princess, flee not from the Pellar, for there are wolves about. Goat of mine, dearest, sweetest goat.
So I can say, will you help me now, or let's do this? I think it's... let's ask.
Happy for you, but I'm kinda in a hurry. Anna and Tamara, they might be in danger.
The White Wolf helped the Pellar, and so the Pellar shall help him. Blood. We need blood. A living being.
Fine. Be right back. Will this do?
They are not here. They have gone. Blood. I see blood.
Whose?
No Anna. No Tamara. Just a child. A child that lives not, yet did not die.
It's over? Is that it?
That is it.
Spirits had nothing more to say? Like where they went or where they are now?
You came for an augury, and augur I did. They're gone. The child remains.
Mentioned a child. Whose?
Why, Anna's.
Anna was pregnant?
She was. And she miscarried.
Baron didn't mention it.
Afraid, perhaps. Or ashamed, or forgetful. Or perhaps he had no wish to remember.
Anna tell you all this? Did she come here after it happened?
Nay, not Anna. 'Twas the omens told me.
Great, so I can be sure it's true.
The omens need not your faith to be true. It is you who needs the omens to lead you to truth.
The Baron have anything to do with his wife's miscarriage?
Foul-tempered he is, and he's a fondness for hooch.
No doubt makes his temper even fouler. Did he abuse his family? Anna came to you, you must have noticed something.
The Pellar's old, near blind. But Princess came and licked her hand.
So what?
She's a wise beast. Only comes to those who suffer.
What happened to the child?
In a grave thrown, without rite or ceremony, it awoke. Now it wanders, it seeks vengeance.
A botchling.
White wolf, wise wolf, catch the botchling. The botchling will help. Lead the wolf to the loved ones.
Botchlings suck the blood of pregnant women and eat their fetuses. They don't help.
'Tis a being cursed, and witches lift curses. If the white wolf can't lift it, he should bring me its blood. Blood will always find kindred blood.
Why do you want its blood?
Blood, blood, blood. It binds men for all ages, the living and the dead.
Sure, but what do you want to do with it?
At times, a century is too short for two brothers to reconcile. One dies before things are set right. The other then brings his blood to the Pellar.
And what does the Pellar do?
He awaits Forefathers' Eve. He mixes the blood with milk, herbs, and hen's feet. He drinks to reconcile the dead with the living. There shall be no Forefathers' Eve this year, but we'll find a way, all the same.
Heard of one witcher who lifted a botchling's curse. Never tried it myself, though. I know you need to bury it under the threshold.
And give it a name. Perform the Aim Roin.
The ritual of naming? That's an elven custom.
Human, elven, dwarven, ancient. Spirits have no race. They honor not its meaning. Win a spirit's favor, and the spirit shall aid you. Ask, and it will answer. Seek, and it will show you the way.
I hear you right. You mentioned Forefathers' Eve? Pretty old custom. Thought it had died out.
Death lurks in every bog and puddle round here. Folk know they could die, their earthly matters unresolved. Then they require help, or they'll not know peace. Forefathers' Eve must be performed. Light the tallow candles to lead them through the dark. Call them by name, appease their regrets. Only then may they depart in peace.
Whatever I do, I gotta find the botchling first.
Seek it at midnight, near the grave that lies empty.
If what you say is true, the Baron ought to know where that grave is.
Well, that is an interesting series of developments. So I have two objectives right now. Talk to the Baron and read the bestiary to learn more about botchlings. So let's look in the glossary and under bestiary. Would that be under relicts? No. Specters? No. Ogroids? No. Hybrids? Nope. Elementia? It's not a Draconid, that's for sure. Cursed ones? Ah, there we go. Cursed ones. Botchlings. Oh, that silhouette is creepy. There we go. Vulnerable against, it looks like one type of oil, or that looks like the Axii sign. Saying a botchling's ugly is like saying shit's not particularly tasty. Can't say it's a lie, but it doesn't exactly convey the whole truth either. Lambert, Witcher of the Wolf School. Botchlings are perhaps the most repulsive creatures a Witcher will ever have the displeasure of meeting. Born of dead, unwanted babies discarded without a proper burial. Their appearance is that of a partially decayed fetus. Their unformed flesh twisted with hate, fear, and malice. These hideous creatures feed on the blood of pregnant women, driven by a mad hunger that most often leads to their victim's death. A botchling will emerge from its lair at night to lurk by the bedside of an expectant mother, draining her strength and that of her unborn progeny as she sleeps. A woman thus beleaguered first suffers from troubling dreams, then fever, delirium, and a general weakening of the flesh. After a few such nights, she is enfeebled and unable to defend herself. It is then the botchling attacks directly, sinking its long, sharp fangs into her body and drinking of her blood until the mother and fetus perish together. A botchling stands about 1.5 feet in height, but, when threatened and if gorged with blood, it can change form. At such times it grows into a deformed man, hunched over and striding ape-like on its forearms. Stronger and fiercer after this alteration, it hurls itself into direct physical combat, gnashing at its opponent or attacking him with sharp claws. A botchling's curse can be lifted by transforming it into a lubberkin, a guardian spirit of the hearth that watches over the family it never knew in the house it never could call home. Well, that's kind of tragic, actually. And I'm reminded by the little icon by my vitality bar before I open the menu that I have an available ability point. So I'm going to explore what I want to do with it, and I will see you on the other side. Alright, so I've decided that I'm going to get a new ability, and that is Melt Armor, which is an improvement on the Igni sign, because I've been proving to use Igni as one of my dominant signs. Next level, damage dealt by Igni also permanently weakens enemy armor. Effect scales with sign intensity up to maximum of 15%. Stamina regeneration in combat plus half per second. So let's acquire that ability. There we go. And I'm going to put that in my new slot, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the top right be red abilities, the top left be yellow abilities, bottom left be blue, and bottom right be green. So eventually I'm going to be putting a blue mutagen here. And I still don't have any yellow mutagens to put in on the top left there. But that's okay. Alright, so back to the Baron to see what he has to say about this.
That's it, Roach.
Lightning strike.
Oh, geez. It's on fire.
Move it.
Okay, this episode might go a little long. Roach, where are you going?
Hey, yeah.
Onto the bridge, please.
Folk don't object to your white look.
Oh, it hurts so much. Ow! Literally, why are you pushing?
That is up in the castle.
Slow now.
Oswin? Where's Oswin? Anyone seen him?
Believe I saw him heading to the stable.
What?
Fire. You blind? Nobody willing to put it out?
Ain't that simple. Most are afraid. Baron flies into a rage. He takes no prisoners.
My brother's in the stable! We've got to save him! He'll burn alive! Him and the horses!
See what I can do.
Hurry now! Quick!
Damn it, lots of smoke. Gotta hurry.
Okay, how the heck do I get in? Not that way, apparently. How the heck do you get in?
Damn it, won't budge. Probably bolted on the inside. Need another way in.
I think this is the only way in.
Coming to get you.
Open the main gate to the stables.
We've a hero in our midst. The horses! Why, I'm prepared to forgive you the drubbing you gave those pricks at the crossroads.
I know your wife miscarried. Was that before or after you beat her to a pulp?
What the fuck are you suggesting?
Don't play me for a fool. You'd been beating them for years. Finally, they'd had enough and fled. Sound about right?
You wait, oh plowing smash.
They ran from you, didn't they?
Lying prick!
Come on, come closer.
Yay, got a trophy!
We need to talk. Sit down. You beat them.
I never laid a finger on Tamara. Not once.
And on Anna.
That's another story. She always knew how to spark my ire.
Your wife. How'd she make you angry? Too much salt in the soup? Socks never darned?
20 years we've known each other. She's seen me drunk and sober. She was there to greet me when I returned the victor. She was there to patch me up in defeat. Like no other, she knew where to press, where to pinch, so it would hurt.
You beat her? For that? For criticizing you?
Oh, Witcher, you haven't a clue, have you? Well, perhaps I shall tell you about it one day. One day, but not today.
Expect me to believe you are a loving father to Tamara after that scene in the courtyard?
You're free to believe whatever you wish, but she was always the apple of my eye. She had the run of the place, ask anyone. She'd ride the horses, hunt with the men, at times join them on their rounds. And they'd send for her when I flew into a rage, for only she could calm me.
Make it sound like she led a charmed life. If that's the case, why'd she run?
I'd hardly need you if I knew.
You knew they had run away from the start.
Yes, I knew.
Why didn't you tell me? Wasted my time.
Say I had. Say I'd said I had troubles. couldn't control my wife, my daughter, what kind of flaccid prick would you take me for?
Tell me everything you remember about the day they fled. The truth this time.
I'd been soaking myself 3 days straight. Anna came to me, said they were leaving. I begged them to stay. She refused to hear it. I tried to stop her. She wriggled like an eel. We struggled. She fell. Last blasted thing I remember. Woke up in the morn, breeches heavy with my own piss. A large bump on my head. Sadly, they were gone. Know what that's like, Witcher? No. How the fuck could you? I was left with nothing. Nothing! Only the bottle.
Signs of a fight in the room. Hole in the wall, wine all over the landing. Was that you?
Aye. We tussled. She tried to whack me on the noggin with a candlestick, but kept missing. Hit the wall and the pillar instead. I staggered backwards onto the table, spilled the wine, slipped and tumbled. Anna used that moment to flee. She rushed down the stairs, still clutching that damn candlestick. I caught her on the landing. We fell. I thought I had her. Then she turned and smacked me in the head. I blacked out. Don't know what happened next. When I came to, I was alone.
Tamara present for all this? She see you quarrel?
Through the doorway, perhaps. She didn't enter the room. Shame, too. Things might have turned out differently. The sight of her always calmed me.
What happened next?
Next? It only got worse. I awoke at sunset, not knowing how many days had passed. Thought it was all a ploughing, drunken nightmare. And then I went to the bedchamber, but Anna was not there. Instead, there was blood everywhere. I knew she'd miscarried. My breath short, my throat locked. I neared the bed and saw it. It lay there, a tiny thing, defenseless, on bloodied sheets, dead. And it was my doing.
Maybe you're doing, maybe not. But that amulet she wore could be important. Or maybe the fact that she lost it. What did you do with the child?
What was I to do? Took it out and buried it.
Just like that?
Damn you! I gave no thought to a funeral. It was a horror. I wanted it to end. That child had been my dream. I told Anna, the little one, our little one, to make things right. Yet she died before she could be born. Understand, Witcher? My child was dead.
I sympathize. I do.
Thank you. And know that I hope you find your Ciri.
Deal we made means I need to find Tamara and Anna first. Just so happens your unborn daughter might help us do that.
What? How?
Sometimes miscarried fetuses, if they don't get a proper burial, turn into botchlings.
Into fucking what?
A cursed creature that draws strength from killing pregnant women. Once it's strong enough, it attacks those who scorned it.
But how? How does it know?
Blood ties. They're a strong bond. A bond I want to use to find your family.
How?
One of two ways. Legends claim you can bury a botchling under the family's threshold, perform a ritual and turn it into a lubberkin. That's a sort of, hob, A guardian spirit that could lead me to your family.
And the other way?
We kill it and draw some blood. Take that to the Pellar and he does the rest.
Do not kill my child. It's suffered enough already. Lift the curse that it may finally rest in peace.
Still not sure what to do.
Whatever you decide, we must put an end to my child's suffering.
Whatever we do, we gotta find the botchling first.
I'll show you where I buried her, and I'll dig the grave at my threshold.
If it turns out we can't transform the botchling into a lubberkin, they can bury us in it. Handy either way. Need to tend to something first.
Be quick. And me? What am I to do in the meantime?
Sober up.
Well, the options were let's do this or need to tend to something first. What I need to tend to is telling you I will do this next episode because this episode's gone a little bit long. An unexpected surprise when we got back to the castle with the stable being on fire. So you know the drill. Click over there. Join me next time as we hunt the botchling and see what comes of it. See you then.